Welcome to Homebrew Magic, a video series about EDH where we do our best to build unique, fun, or just plain silly deck lists to play against each other, followed by a breakdown of how they did so we can all learn and get better at this game that we love.
I built Etrata Deadly Fugitive because I pulled a foil, what looks like art from the Netflix series version.
Well, the dossier frame.
Yeah.
Look at the art, though. The card art itself.
Whatever happened to that Netflix show?
I don't know.
They're still working on it. They
they?
just updated it like a month ago.
Fair enough.
They gave update.
But
The Magic Netflix show. Cartoon.
yeah. Either way, Etrata, Deadly Fugitive. She is a 1/4 vampire assassin for a blue, black, and 1. She has Death Touch. Face down creatures you control have 2 blue and black. Turn this creature face up. If you can't, exile it. Then you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. And then a separate ability. Whenever an assassin you control deals combat damage to an opponent, cloak the top card of that player's library.
That's where the name comes from.
That was my whole old man moment of what the fuck is cloaking? Why is there? How do I just cover your like?
Whoa.
Whoosh! This is mine now.
It's Morph Part 6.
Yeah, it's not Megamorph. It's Minimorph.
Yep.
Wardomorph.
Wardamorph.
Voldemort.
So that's what I'm building. Brand new fucking deck with assassins. This is putting the ass back in tribal. Teach.
What up, Hive Mind? It's your boy Teach.
Woo!
I
I
decided
didn't get the memo.
Get there. I decided this week I'm going to play a couple decks that have not had very
It's
much
one
screen
per
time.
player.
Well, fuck you. I had no response to that. So,
I did it.
Pass turn. No response.
Tonight I am playing Galazeth Prismari. I only played this once, and I won with it, which is why we haven't seen it on camera again.
Is this my tribal or my
It
tribal?
is. It's
Yeah.
your tribute deck.
Yeah,
This is
that's
my
it.
Dragon's Approach deck.
Yeah.
And I'm real excited because I like this deck.
Uh-oh.
And I like Chanel. And
That might be a bad matchup
I just
for me.
want to play. I just want to play it again. So there it is. There you have it.
Alright, I wanted to build a new deck. I wanted to build a Spellslinger deck, but it's too easy to do that with blue or red. So I wanted to build an Abzan one. And going through Abzan Legends, there's not a really good one. So,
Spellslingers? I can't imagine why.
So, but I did have this Star Championship Thalia and Gitrog monster,
Ah,
so I
nice.
said to hell with it. And I built a Spellslinger deck with them at the helm.
What the fuck do they do?
Well,
Cloak when you
I'm glad you should ask.
glad you should ask. They are 4/4 first striking Death Touch for 4.
Oh. I'm
may-
like, what did that sleeve do?
Damn girl.
Damn girl, what that sleeve do?
You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Creatures and non-basic lands your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped.
The best of both worlds.
Whenever Thalia and the Gitrog monster attack, I can sack a creature or a land, then draw a card.
Nice. Maximum value. Like we were talking about, everything is just value now.
Would you?
My
be
brain didn't
interested
register.
in a clear sleeve, so you could put that one. Oh, look at that! What a fuck I am! I thought you just pulled it out from behind.
I did.
He did.
He did.
But
I mean,
He was trying to obscure it.
see, if I did this,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
For the big
You
reveal.
cloaked it.
I didn't suspect a thing because I can't.
Wait, are
block.
they assassins?
they might be.
I don't remember.
All right, and I just brought back
Nelson, you won the roll off.
Yeah, I did win the roll off. I'll be going first, and I brought back the glass cannon, Farideh, Devil's Chosen. So we're gonna see. This deck just wants to roll dice and cause havoc. We'll see if that actually happens this time. I think it's happened once or twice, and not otherwise. But anyway, so she has Dark One's Own Luck, and whenever I roll one or more dice, Farideh gains Flying and Menace until end of turn. If any of those results was 10 or higher, I draw a card. So yeah, this is an Izzet deck that is looking to sling some spells.
And with that,
Imagine that. I will draw for turn. I will play this Temple of Epiphany tapped. I will scry one. I will keep this upon the top of my
forgot
deck
there were-
and pass the turn to Snow.
all right, untap a keep draw.
What?
Forgot there were temples in those. There's this.
Yeah, there is a
board,
miniature.
actually.
Yeah.
Field of Ruin,
Looks kind of cool.
and
Does
we're
look
gonna
cool.
go ahead and use that to cast Basilisk Color. It's the one that gives equipped creatures Death Touch and Lifelink. Equips for 2. Go Teach.
I will draw this guy. Oh, yes. Yeah, we'll start with a command tower, and that is it. Go, Chris.
All right, draw for the turn.
I don't know if I put a command tower in this deck. I should have.
I will play this in Dathatry untapped.
This deck is an
That's
hour
good.
old. Leave me alone.
Give it some
Pass to Nelson.
All right, untap, upkeep, and draw.
Just
for
a
turn.
less.
I'm gonna play
Lowercase ass.
Yes.
a mountain, or that's an island.
I was
I'm gonna play an island. as my land.
50-50 chance of getting it right.
proxying all my mountains as
Holy,
islands.
holy smokes!
And vice versa.
I'm gonna pay red and a 1, and I'm gonna cast the character in Baldur's Gate 3 who has never left my camp, Will, Blade of Frontiers. So he's a 1/1 warlock. If I would roll 1 or more dice, instead roll that many dice plus 1 and ignore the lowest roll. Whenever I roll 1 or more dice, I put a +1/+1 counter on Will and choose a background. Does not matter for this game. Go Schnell.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw.
Choose a background.
You fuck.
Swamp. Actually, a swamp. Should just lay down all my cards and say mountain. Oh wait. We will go with Sulamgar Assassin.
I get it.
2/1 human assassin. Creatures with a power greater than Sulamgar Assassin. Assassin's power can't block it. And then whenever it's turned face up, because it has Megamorph, that's not going to happen. Go ahead, teach.
That reminds me of that limited game I played years ago where someone opened their pack and got verbally frustrated because they cracked a battle of wits and passed it to me saying no one's ever going to fucking win with this card. So I looked him straight in the eye and said, I'm going to beat you with this card. So I drafted it. And then I drafted a normal deck. I just wanted that one card. And what is it? You need 200?
200 at least.
I had to get permission from the store, or I asked the store because they didn't have 200 islands. Like, can I just say every basic in my deck is an island?
Oh my god, he did it.
He was like, get permission from everyone else and it's fine. So I was like, everyone, I'm going to try to win a Battle of Wits. All my basic lands are islands, yeah? And everyone's like, yeah, fucking go for
Yeah,
it.
do it.
And then I got paired up with that guy.
Yep.
Beat him.
Just mulligan until you have Battle of Wits.
No, I didn't. I drew into it. I mulliganed down to like 5, but then I drew into it, and I played it, and he was 1 card away from or 1 mana away from a acidic slime.
Oh, nice.
And then that was the only game I played with it. I switched over to my normal deck after that.
God, what an asshole.
I love it.
That makes my heart so happy hearing that story.
Second land for turn. Nope, first land for turn, second land for game. Is an island.
Third sentence per turn.
And I'll cast an Arcane Signet. I'll pass to Chris.
He's rampant.
Barely.
I mean, if I don't draw another land, you've basically seen everything I can do this game.
Isolated Chapel.
I don't want to brag, but I could be really fucked.
Then I will...
I figured Basilisk Collar, an assassin, and all I need to do is draw another land or a mana rock. I'm golden.
1, 2, 2. I will. Why not? 2 mana for a Cabal Ritual to make 3 black.
I was just showing off.
I will cast an Ashnod's Altar. Pass the turn.
All right. Untap,
My ramp is not as good as his
upkeep, and draw.
Fantablast.
Let's see. I'm gonna pay red and a blue, and I'm gonna cast Goblin Electromancer. Instant and sorcery spells I cast cost 1 generic mana less to cast.
It's nothing cool like that in Abzan colors. just throw that out there.
That's true. Land for the turn will be an Is It Boilerworks, which will enter tapped. I will bounce the Temple of Epiphany back to my hand. There you go, Chris. There's another
Synergy.
Mishra deck land.
Yep, I like it.
I do. I like the old borders. Go ahead, Schnell.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw. Okay, another black source. We're back in the game. Kinda. We will... Actually, I could just pop Field of Ruin, targeting Nelson's Is It Boilerworks, and getting myself an island.
Oh my god.
Do it.
Damn it, I talked myself into it! Yeah, we're going to sacrifice Field of Ruin, destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. Nelson, your Boilerworks. Each player searches his or library for basic land, puts it on battlefield, then shuffles his or her.
Each player?
Yeah, it's...
I'm each player.
That's me.
Everyone gets a basic.
We're all rampant.
I grabbed Forest.
I grabbed a mountain.
I grabbed a mountain.
I
A
grabbed
legit
a
mountain.
No, mine's an island.
Not a Grixis Panorama mountain.
You know, I have an exotic orchard in my hand, and I was like, you guys, someone will be playing white, black, and green. 2 is it decks in this pod tonight.
Nelson, you want to cut me when you're done?
I do. Here.
Okay. Now I feel better about things. I will move to combat, working my way around the table. Chris, swing at you for 2.
Yeah.
It's left and right, not up and down anymore.
I'm just figuring out the old system, and you're going to change it on me?
Click for the minus or the
Yeah, I
plus.
see it.
Gather changed it.
Yeah, the new
What's
app,
companion?
not a fan. Everything's really tiny.
It's just like real life.
And I'm not used to that. Go ahead,
That's
teach.
funny. That's where I do my best work.
Tiny.
Struggling,
Tiny
struggling
stuff.
to control the tiny thing.
Yep.
I will start this turn off with a Terminal Moraine. Arcane Signet and a Mountain. Will get me a Ruby Medallion. Red spells I cast cost 1 less to cast.
I don't want your red spells to cost 1 less.
I also don't want you to have things.
Then I will crack my Grixis Panorama and pass over to Chris.
Alright, untap. Draw for the turn. Why aren't
time
you
it's an
giving
island.
me things?
Cloak the top card. Fucking.
Murmuring Bosk will be my land for the turn.
Sorry, I feel like I haven't played Magic in 10 years looking at
Oh, I
fucking
agree.
keywords.
That came out in this set alone.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't fucking know what anything does.
Alright, I'm going to cast my commander. 4/4 first strike, death touch.
I know what those words are.
I may play an additional land on each
4.
of my turns.
I'm good at 4.
Creatures and non-basics your opponent's control enter tapped, and then there's an attack trigger that will read when it becomes relevant.
That's shady as fuck.
When he attacks, I may sacrifice a creature or land. Then draw a card. Second land for the turn,
Fucking got him.
Exotic Orchard. Pass to Nelson.
All right.
I mean, I could have just looked at it.
Draw. Turn.
No, fuck me, I guess. Trying to save time.
Shady as fuck.
I'm gonna play this Reliquary Tower as my land for the turn.
Ooh, I like that one.
I do too. It's probably my favorite printing.
Grixis Panorama.
I'm gonna tap
Should be
3 and
my
I'm gonna cast Commander Sphere.
ETB's tapped.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Or is it creatures or?
Creatures and
lands.
non-basics.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So that
Oh, so the Reliquary Tower enters
Yes.
tapped. I can't cast the Commander Sphere. So then with that, I'll tap 2 though, and instead of the Commander Sphere, I'll tap a Swiftfoot Boots, but that does not enter tap. Go Schnell. I couldn't remember if he had creatures out or not.
No, you're fine. He does. Before
He
the
does,
end of
that's
your
why I'm-
turn, Nelson, I'm going to pay 4 life and 1, and I'm going to dismember Gitrog and Thalia's party.
Nice.
Okay. Untap.
Gitrog's a frog. Can you give his girl body parts back?
I mean,
Get round, frog.
sorry, that was just weird and silly. I am going
I'm
to
here for it.
cast my commander, Etrata, Deadly Fugitive. I do run the other Etrata as well, so I might borrow
silencer.
some of Chris's hit counters if we get to that point. But going to combat step, combat phase, combat part. Swing at Teach for 2.
It's fair.
Okay. Whenever an assassin I control deals combat damage to an opponent, cloak the top card of that player's library.
And that means it's
There's no reminder text, so it's
A 2/2 with ward.
a mysterious creature.
ah.
And then, okay, so face down creatures I control have the ability to pay. I can pay 4 and turn this up if it's a creature. If it's not a creature, I exile it and then I can cast it without paying for it.
I see. And you cloaked it, so you get it.
Yeah,
You cloaked her.
So if it's a
You
non-creature
brought her, you
spell, you
cloak
can
her.
cast it without paying its mana cost?
correct. By paying 4.
by paying the 4.
Oh, paying the 4. Got
Yes.
it.
Uh,
I was like,
Weird.
Oh, cloak is way better than I thought it was.
Well, no, that's her ability.
Yeah.
her
That's- yeah.
generic ability, yes. Go ahead, Teach.
Untap. Draw.
As I proceed to swing at you with your own, presumably, dragons or dragons approaches.
You leave my dragon's approaches out of this. Land for
Approach the fuck out of
turn
those dragons.
will be a lava glide pathway, which will enter untapped because Chris's monster is gone.
I could only wait until it hurt Nelson. I didn't want to hurt me.
I will cast my commander. Going 1, 2, 3. I guess it doesn't matter. Not 4 because it's a red spell and it costs 1 less.
So 2?
No,
I assume your
costs,
dragon's
it costs
charging.
4. No, I'm casting my commander.
Ah,
I get 2 treasures. 1, 2. Artifacts I control have tap, add 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only to cast an instant or sorcery spell. Then I will pass the turn over to Chris, and while he's going, I will activate my Terminal Moraine.
got him.
Boy, oh boy. This is not going great.
As a team, we'll get there.
Pass turn.
What?
Pass turn.
Wow. Okay. That was unexpected. Untap, upkeep, and draw for turn.
Chris, can I borrow a die, please?
What's that?
Doesn't matter. I just need a 2. Thank you.
A D2, please.
I'd laugh at that, but then
I'm
you'd be
gonna
like,
go
actually,
ahead.
have a D2. It's a coin that says 1 and 2.
in 40k.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Temple of Epiphany and scry.
There are rules for everything in 40k.
Yeah, I know.
Leave that on top.
Don't even.
A D2 is just a coin.
Don't even fucking joke.
Then I'm gonna pay 3.
Tails is 2 because it starts with
And
T.
you guys probably don't know what I'm gonna play.
I don't
That's
even
okay.
know whose turn it was.
Commander Sphere.
What?
Go ahead, Schnell.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. So wanted. Land for the turn will be a swamp.
That's... Go, sir. Thank you. 3/4 flying.
I have Death Touch with the thing that I'd be sending at you, so we'll see.
Alright.
So we'll see.
Is Dragon's Approach still like a $7 card?
I bought all of mine for like 5 each.
Nice.
Okay. I will go to combat. I will send the mysterious creature at Nelson. I will send Etrata, Deadly Fugitive, at Tej, 1/4 Death Touch, and Chris, just a 2/1 Assassin.
So here's a question. Could you activate her ability if it's a creature and then hit me for more, or am I taking 2 if I don't block it? Like, regardless.
Yes. I could.
Okay.
So, the ability is...
So if you could, and if you did it, but it
for,
wasn't...
for 4 mana, I
Yeah.
can turn this creature face up.
Yeah.
If I can't, I exile it, and then I cast the exiled spell without paying for it.
Can I look at the top
Okay.
card of my library before I decide?
No.
I'm taking the
Hang
2.
on, hang on.
Yes, I will not be blocking.
Okay.
I'm taking the 2.
I will not be blocking.
Okay. No tricks.
Okay.
Just take 2 damage.
Okay.
I will cloak this. I will cloak this. As 2 assassins.
Alright, and I took those are
1 commander.
damage,
1 commander damage.
but you got me last time with it.
No.
What got
He got you with the Silumgar.
Silumgar.
assassin.
Gotcha.
Hush-hushin.
Alright. Oh, fuck me. Hold on.
Dumb.
1.
I love being able to pay 4 for a fail to find.
Back to game. Alright.
Okay. Cast the exile.
This is gonna take some use some use getting to.
Okay.
Okay.
Pass to Tej.
Untap. Draw. Alright.
So far, I like this deck.
And for turn, Buried Ruin. Whenever an assassin you control deals combat damage to an opponent, cloak.
Cloak the top.
Fuck out of them.
Cloak it like it's hot.
3. You have 4 lands. What's that thing over there? That equipment.
Basilisk
Got
Collar.
it. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nelson, you want to
no.
grab me?
Yes.
Black and tan?
I can do that.
Thanks, buddy.
Excuse me. I think what I'm going to do is murder your commander. You do on tap line though, but I'm going to follow through.
Okay.
1, 2. Yes. 3, 4, 5.
I'm gonna kill your commander right back if you do it though.
Okay.
Okay.
Shatter Skull Smashing. X is 4.
But you
Deals
gotta pay one more then? You have to pay 6? 1, 2, 3, 4.
red spells I cast cost me less to cast.
Yeah, you're still one mana short, though, aren't you?
1, 2.
3, 4, 5.
X is 4, so I have
Yeah.
to pay 4.
Yep.
Minus 1 is 3.
Yeah.
So 2 reds.
Two
and then
red.
1
Oh,
white.
you're right. Never mind.
Okay.
Oh, you tapped it for mana. I
I'm
thought you
tapping
were
it
just
for mana
counting
because
it.
of. Nope,
Yep,
I'm
you're
my
right.
apologies.
Yeah.
Galazeth.
It's
Yep.
Galazeth's
I'm also tapping my treasures, not
I
sacrificing.
was counting it as the reduction, not the adding mana.
Got it. Yes, 4 damage, targeting Etrata.
I'm going to allow this.
Okay. Got him.
Etrata dies.
Then... One... 2... Probably could have tapped differently, but here we are.
She doesn't have ward or any shit.
I am going to cast 2 Dragon's Approaches. 3 damage to each opponent, and then 3 damage to each opponent, assuming they're all
Gross.
responses.
I'm 32.
1, 2,
30.
3. 1, 2, 3. At 30.
Pass turn.
Yeah, the new app does not look like you can see at all on camera. What the fuck is going on?
Why are
The
you doing
numbers
this
are
to me, Deck?
tiny.
Why are you doing this to me?
Thanks,
Uh,
wizards.
Pass turn.
Oh, shit.
Well, you see, I need a creature in play.
I'm
It's okay.
sorry.
It's not your fault. that I
untap
have plenty in
and
here,
draw
and my
for
deck's just shit in
turn.
the
Your
bed.
commander scared me.
I'm gonna play this time an actual mountain as my life.
No, I just have not drawn a creature yet.
Like a mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I feel like I'm going to start focusing a lot of my attention on Tej, and then
I don't blame you.
Nelson's going to win.
Well, actually, good point. I have a better idea. Focus on Nelson.
No, but then
focus on me.
if I focus on Nelson, then Chris is going to win out of fucking nowhere.
There is a chance.
I'm gonna pay 4.
It might not look like it. This deck is
I'm
capable.
gonna
of it.
cast my commander.
Maybe not with me piloting it.
And then I will pass the turn to Schnell.
Before the end of your turn, I'm going to flash in Stunt Double. ETB as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. I'm going to have my own little dragony thingy.
Got it.
So it's a 3/4 flying ETB, create a treasure token.
2 treasures.
What? Why 2? Because you felt like cheating when you
Oh,
cast
absolutely.
It's about goddamn time Teach
right.
cheats with this commander, too.
All right.
One
I
of
thought
us.
it was-
One of
That's
us.
fair. That's fair.
it. Okay. So I get a treasure that taps
So,
for you.
just to rectify my last turn, I tapped my Arcane Signet because I still would have had the mana to do everything.
Yep.
I have nothing up. My apologies. I don't know why I thought it was 2.
Because doesn't the ability let you tap any artifact for 2?
Nope.
Well then what the fuck
1
are you
mana of
doing?
any color.
He's just free balling the whole way.
Okay.
I honestly don't know why I thought it was 2. I just did.
Okay, so I have a treasure.
Fuck me.
I'm going to continue. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Land for the turn, Castle Vantress. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll do that. Pay 5, recast Etrata, Deadly Fugitive. I will using my newfound flying dragon, tap my Basilisk Collar for a mana, and tap my treasure for a mana to equip the Basilisk Collar to the Sulungar Assassin.
Which is still tapped.
Well, yes, sorry. It's not a mono artifact, so I'm not as concerned. I will go to combat. Teach. Well, to be fair, creatures with a power greater than Sulungar Assassin's power can't block it, and you only have a 3 power.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to send the Sulungar Assassin your way.
Yep. Hit me.
I can't cloak your shit.
Do it.
Okay, fine. I'm going to send 3 mysterious creatures at you for 6 damage total.
Thank you. That's all I wanted. I have a response. Ink shield. I need the creatures.
There you
All
go.
combat damage or
All combat damage would be dealt to me this time.
Okay. So Teach takes 2 regular damage, and I get
Etrata
to
with the
cloak
assist.
this beast.
No, shit's gonna die on Teach's turn. My stack of tokens this deck can make.
And then pass to Teach.
untap. Draw. Not ideal. Okay. Definitely
I
not
gained
ideal.
2.
So I think all I am going to do this turn,
17 dragons of creatures.
unfortunately, no. I am simply going to cast a Soul Ring and say, "Friends,
What are you playing at?
friends."
Dragons approaches decks
I
don't
love
have
you
friends.
all.
What are...
How many
Friends.
how many cards in hand?
2.
Oof.
Pass turn.
I don't like that. I also don't like Chris's ink shields.
Draw for the turn. Ooh. That's a spicy meatball right there. Shit. That kind of changes things.
I'm just happy Basilisk Collar could tap to help equip itself. That's just a neat interaction.
Isn't that
That is neat.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine tried to make a Star Wars themed set,
Okay.
and he created lightsabers that tapped, like they were equipment, but they also themselves tapped for an ability,
Okay.
which I thought was kind of neat because I was real early in my Magic days, and I
Just not
are there
there
any
yet.
equipments now that I'm thinking about it that just tap themselves?
Yeah,
But
Kamigawa
remain equipped.
Kamigawa had a few like tap
Equipment.
things, yeah, to like paying your shit.
Kusari, Garmar.
Or did those tap the
something.
creature? I don't remember now. I thought that there was at least 1 or 2 that tapped the equipment itself.
He did.
Like
he
a
did have. He did have 1 red slot he wanted to fill. It was very. It was very specific.
Yeah, you did.
2 mana creature. He couldn't think of what to do with it. So I said,
Actually, we're gonna
just
talk
make a
about
Sith
this.
Firewalker. It's a Slith Firewalker, but it's Sith,
Nice.
and that's what he did.
I'm gonna cast some Aether Flux Reservoir and pass the turn.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Oh, is that all?
Okay, I will untap, upkeep, and excuse me, draw for turn. I'm playing Island as my land for the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana available.
Reading quietly.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. Everyone else could be talking.
I love every
Okay.
card in my hand. There's no synergy in between them right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
One of
7.
the pratfalls of the first time out with the deck.
We have an interesting board state right now.
So
I'm gonna pay 7, and I'm gonna cast Scrambleverse. Oof. For each non-land permanent, choose a player at random. Then, each player gains control of each permanent for which he or she was chosen. Untap those permanents.
Judge.
So we're not changing the things that are in play. We're just changing control of them.
Correct. We're exchanging control of everything. I'm assuming there's a counterspell coming from the blue player.
No,
He's got
there's
all his
not.
land.
There's not. I just want to read Scrambleverse and try to figure out the best way to resolve this. Choose a player at random.
For each
I guess for
permanent?
each one,
Just
each
roll a
one
die.
roll a d4.
Yeah.
Assign each one of us a number.
Sure.
And
Is
we'll
it
just go through
is it an opponent at random or player?
Yeah.
Like you may
Each
end up with
non-land-
your own thing.
Yes. Choose
Okay.
a player at random.
Okay.
Sure.
So, here, for the sake of ease, I'm going to take off the mysterious. So, this is a treasure. I'm going to put this with the lands.
Yep.
But it's not going to be on the land pile because it's still something
Yeah,
that
it's
can
a
be-
non-land permanent.
Yeah. So, these
Are
are
the mysterious
face down mysterious creatures.
Okay.
Who are we starting with? Should we start with Chris' side and work our way
Actually,
back?
Sure.
I'm gonna respond.
Are there any
simply
responses to
sacking my
Scramble
treasure.
first?
I'm taking one thing out of the mix.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
Any other responses to Scramble?
My
Nope.
tre-
I've got it on my deck for reference,
My
but then I'll
treasure
put it in
is
my graveyard.
tapped, so I can't even.
I'm going to respond as well. I'm going to sacrifice an Inkling for 2 colorless. Tap this for a green. I'm going to cast Entish Restoration. It's a Herald. Sack it. Go get 2 basics. I'm going to sacrifice this Exotic Orchard because it's doing fuck all for me this game.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. And I'll grab a Forest and a Swamp probably.
Everyone decided to play blue hand.
Yep.
You have a d4?
I have a D4 right here.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, otherwise I
Want
got
to assign each of us a number?
Yeah.
Dibs on 3.
1,
Damn.
2, 3, 4.
Okay.
So
Then I guess point at a card, roll the die, and
Okay, sure. Will. 1.
Well, okay.
And then I was gonna
Okay,
say
sorry.
Let's make a
Okay,
pile.
1. Yep.
So
1.
this is the will be mine.
Goblin Octomancer is me.
So
make a pile.
2, Farideh goes to Tej.
Got it.
Swiftfoot Boots will be next. That goes to Tej.
Jesus Christ.
Commander Sphere stays with me, and it's tapped. Okay.
I didn't like
Chat
that at all.
stuff.
My copy of Tej's Commander
Alright. That goes to you.
stays with me. Thank G.
Yep.
This face down thing stays with me. My commander
Goes to Chris.
Silmgar's
Chris
assassin
Goes
goes
to
to
Tej.
Tej the Basilisk Collar, which is
I'll
equipped
put it
to
next
it.
to my commander.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who gets ownership or control of it?
I do.
Okay, so remember that.
Yes,
Yep.
I have the Basilisk Collar. I
Okay.
control the Basilisk Collar. I should say. Okay.
This face down thing.
Chris. Tapped.
I
This
can look
face
at
down
them.
I
thing.
get to look at them.
Tej.
Yes.
Tapped.
Hooray! What is it?
This face down thing.
Me.
And
Tapped,
then my
right?
treasure.
Your treasure.
Can I have some stuff back? Hey, here we
Yeah,
go.
the treasure. Hey, you kept 2 of your stuff. 2 of your stuffers.
3 of your stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's my stuff.
Yeah, I kept one of your stuff.
Yeah, he kept one of my stuff.
All right,
All right,
Galazeth.
Tej. Tej's commander goes to Tej. God
Hooray.
damn it.
Ruby Medallion.
That goes to
Chris.
At least
God,
he
my
can't-
red spells
At least he
cost
can't
one
use
less.
it. Soul Ring goes to me.
Damn it.
Arcane
I'm
Signet.
gonna end up with so much shit.
That goes to you.
Or nothing.
All right,
And that's all your non-land
I'm out.
permanents?
What about
Okay.
the treasures?
These 4 I
I
have.
did my treasure already.
Oh, those are the.
That's my hand.
Roll my 4.
Okay, which one are you doing first? The
Just
English
we'll go left
we'll
to
go left,
right.
right?
Okay.
Okay. Number 1 goes to Schnell.
Yeah, I got an inkling.
Next one goes to Schnell. Next one goes to you.
Teach, damn it. I couldn't use anything the rest more.
The
Please let me
Astronaut's
keep this.
Altar goes to Schnell.
I got
And that's all your
so
non-land
hard on that.
stuff.
God.
All right.
And
Okay.
then everything gets untapped.
Everything untaps. Yep.
Ah,
Now. Yeah.
I gained
So
a life
these are
from
just
Aether
2/2
Flux
vanillas,
before.
right? For the rest of us,
From
because
casting it.
they
well,
are
whoever doesn't
2/2
have your commander.
Yeah, they are 2/2 with ward.
Okay. All right.
Ward 2.
2/2 with Ward 2. Okay. So I still have 3. Oh, this is my graveyard now.
And then if I were to roll one or more dice, stuff happened.
Stuff fucking happened.
Where did I keep the face
I
down? Damn.
can do nothing else. Attacking is a terrible idea right now. All right, cool. I did something this game. Go Schnell.
So Scrambleverse is a pain in the ass to resolve, but
It's really fun.
after it resolves, I'm happy again.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I like to see the outcome.
Land for the turn.
This is when I wish I had a hive mind out.
Jesus. Now I'm pissed again.
I'm sorry I reminded you that's in this deck.
Okay. But I want to Etrata back. How do we get Etrata back? By playing shitty old magic cards.
Hostage taker.
Control magic.
There you go.
I'm gonna control magic Etrata.
I
I love
remember
it.
when I had 3 creatures. Oh well, where'd that go to 1?
sort of.
I remember when I had one creature.
Now,
That's funny that you need to.
shut up. Control.
You shut your bitch mouth.
Fucking with your word having. Fuck you. I'm gonna tap this for a blue, tap this for a black, sacrifice an inkling for 2.
That astronaut soldier's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
Sure was.
for a Dimir Doppelganger. It is a 0/2 shapeshifter. I can pay 3 and exile target creature card from a graveyard. Dimir Doppelganger becomes a copy of it and gains this ability.
I like that card.
No untapped assassins without summoning sickness. His ownership changed.
Ownership changed during his turn.
My turn.
And then my turn, because I just cast.
Oh, that's
Control
right.
Magic.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
What set is that control magic from? Like a master set?
Eternal Masters. Go ahead, Teach.
All right. Untap.
Oh, did I roll any dice? No. Okay.
Oh shit, I did.
Damn it.
Ah,
anyway.
fuck. Oh well. He should have a +1/+1 counter on him.
Do it.
From what roll?
I rolled. Oh no, that was Scramble versus. That was
Yeah.
all random. Never
No,
mind.
you
That
rolled a
wasn't
lot of
real-
dice for
That wasn't
Scramble versus.
actually. You're right. Sorry. Thank you for catching
I
that.
knew that was the case. I was just waiting for him to get there.
Yeah.
I just rolled a d4 like 18 times.
Yeah. No, that was all for randomization.
I am going to tap Swiftfoot Boots.
Oh,
to
here. This
equip
is turned
Swiftfoot
around in
Boots.
yours.
Oh, that's mine too.
Yeah, that is yours.
All right, that's my change. Whenever I roll one more dice. Nope, that doesn't change.
Yeah, I was gonna say not for you.
Actually, I do have 1 or 2 dice rolling things in.
Chaos Dragon.
Ooh.
Not Chaos Dragon.
Oh, love that card.
Yeah. Okay. So I do have this. Thank you for running.
You got it.
I'm going to tap Swiftfoot Boots though to equip Swiftfoot Boots to Galazeth.
I feel bad because I feel like just when Chris started to get back in the game, I just
That's all right.
pulled it right off from under him.
You'll have
I'm
that.
sorry.
Every week.
Stay tuned.
And I'm going to pass. I'm not doing anything this turn.
You kept your commander though, right?
Me?
Reminder.
No, Teach kept his commander, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Which is why I can tap my boots for mana.
Oh, shit.
Nelson, do you have any creatures in your graveyard?
No,
Chris,
is it Boiler Works?
Do you have
That's
any creatures in
Scramble
your
Works.
graveyard?
No. Remember, haven't drawn any creatures this game?
Teach is like
Needed those ink shields?
lands and
Remember? I remember.
Bro.
Screw it. I am tapping the Murmuring Bosk for a black. So I have to pay a life. 4, 5, 6. Bolus the Citadel.
That seems like a good card.
You gain a life?
I do gain 1 life. I may look the top card of my library at any time. I may play the top card of my library. If I cast a spell this way, I pay life instead of paying...
Seems like
it's
that goes
mana cost.
real nice with Aetherflux Reservoir.
Yep. Ooh.
Oh god.
Yeah, except it doesn't really work for me right now. Oh, man. None of these are permanents. There's a permanent. Fuck. God damn it. I don't know what to do here. It doesn't pay to do that, but I might have to. Fuck it.
You're not going to rise to the
Card
Dark
chomp.
Realms now, are you?
No. I'm going to pay 7 mana. Or 7 life.
Jesus.
Oh, that's a
I'm
good
going to cast Eerie Ultimatum. Return any number of permanent cards with different names from my graveyard to the battlefield. Exotic Orchard. Gain 2 life.
Fuck it. Net 5 life for an Exotic Orchard, huh?
What gains you life?
Get out of the way. I
Aetherflux
guess.
Reservoir.
Aetherflux Reservoir.
Oh,
second,
for casting.
second spell.
Gotcha.
Land for the turn is going to be this Canopy Vista from the top of my library. Enters untapped because I control 2 or more basics.
So,
He's dangerously close to being able to just cycle through.
how do cloak things get turn face up?
They have to have.
They have to have Etrata's ability.
or
something else. That,
they have to have an ability like on their face down side.
Got it.
Or their
Got it.
obverse.
yeah, they're pretty much dead for us now.
Oh yeah, you guys can fuck off for taking my things.
Okay. Wait, hold on.
They were donated at random.
They were donated
Pass turn.
Angry Goodwill employee. Mom took all my toys to Goodwill. Then you fucker shoved in my house. Wanted to play with my own toys.
Untap, upkeep, and draw for turn.
We took a bunch of clothes to Goodwill today, and then we went inside. I'm like, yeah, let's just go buy back our shit. Circle of life. That's how that works.
Land for turn will be
put money
a
in the economy.
mountain.
Yeah. Just keep it moving. Keep it cycling. Gotta buy those $400 golden shoes somehow.
I'm going to pay 3, and I'm going to cast your friend and mine, Chaos Dragon. Woo! 4/4 Flying Haste attacks each combat if able. At the beginning of combat on your turn, each player rolls a d20. If one or more opponents have the highest result, Chaos Dragon can't attack those players or planeswalkers they control this combat.
I don't like that card because I always roll like shit. Chaos Dragon's real. And he ate my ass.
I'm also going to pay 2 and use Tejas Soul Ring for 2 more.
I will
Wait.
kill you.
At the beginning of each player rolls a d20. I'm gonna roll a die for Will. Excellent.
Is he?
You're welcome. Not yet. I'm not in
Yeah.
combat
No.
yet. No, he's just saying this turn. Oh,
I
get
am
to
getting excited.
roll. Yeah, he gets the benefit of will now.
Pre and
I get the
post
benefit of Farideh.
You do?
maturely.
Okay, Hoarding Ogre. It's a 3/3. Whenever it attacks, I roll a d20. 1 to 9 gets me a treasure token. 10 to 19 gets me 2 treasure tokens. And a critical success gets me 3 treasure tokens.
Crap.
A natty 20. Okay, I will be moving to combat. That will trigger Chaos Dragon. So we will roll d20s.
8.
11.
Will gets a +1/+1 counter.
Will does get a +1/+1 counter.
16.
Don't you get to roll a second time, Justin?
Yes.
Oh, whenever you roll
Will gets,
one. Okay.
yeah.
12.
Okay.
Beats my 11.
So
20.
Oh. Ah.
So
I can't attack
Farideh
Tej.
gains flying and menace until end of
Yep.
turn, and I draw a card.
Yep. And I can't attack you because you rolled higher than me. I rolled a 16.
okay.
Okay, so Will got his counter.
Yep.
You have what, an
Fly.
inkling that can fly?
I have
and your
3/4
commander.
yeah, 3/4
And you have
dragon.
nothing that can fly?
Nope. Nope.
I have 2 flyers.
I got my tapping finger ready.
Alright, I'm gonna swing at Chris for 4. The Chaos Dragon.
Valuable Bolus's Citadel life points.
Alright. I will move to second main, and I will pass my turn to Snow. Or pass the turn to
Yeah.
Snow.
Pass a turn.
I am drawing from Farideh. Finally.
Pass a turn, pass a
Untap.
turn.
Upkeep.
Deedly deep.
Draw. Land for the turn.
Now that I can actually really roll dice, I got rid of all my payoffs for rolling said dice. Bless you.
I am going to go to combat. Nelson, I haven't tried to take anything from your deck, so I will be sending Etrata, Deadly Fugitive, at you. I will be sending Inkling at Chris. And those are all my attacks. 2/1 flyer, 1/4 death touch.
Cool. I will block with a mysterious creature.
Got him.
I got nothing.
This is Chris.
So are you
Yes.
a girl?
Is that exiled though,
Uh,
or not?
it was cloaked.
Oh, oops. So I shouldn't
You,
turn it over.
no, you blocked it and it's dead?
Yeah,
Then
it's
it's
dead.
face up in his graveyard.
Yeah.
Okay, in the graveyard, so it's not exiled.
It wasn't
Okay.
exiled. It
All
was
right.
cloaked.
You got your nature's lore. All right.
Again, I'm just
okay.
highlighting the absurdity.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Whenever you suspect a cloak, discern your detectives.
And preambles.
In preambles. Okay, still no creatures in anyone's graveyards? Nope.
Nope.
You guys are all butts.
For
Pillar
lack
of
of trying.
Origins, I'm going to name Assassins, assuming I draw some more of them. And then lastly,
What does Pillar of Origins do again?
taps for mana of any color, but I have to spend it only on the chosen
On the chosen type.
creature spell. Go ahead, Tej.
Untap. Draw.
Just accumulating cards
God
in hand again.
Damn.
Yeah.
I am not doing shit.
Me too, buddy.
We'll get there,
We'll
friend.
get there.
Shivan Reef. Actually, I can do something. I'm going to tap some foot boots for mana. I'm going to tap
Oh, I'll wait around and then I'll be helpful.
Arcane Signet.
No worries.
I'm going to cast Baral, Chief of Compliance.
Shit.
Ooh.
Instant and sorcery spells I cast cost 1 less to cast, which is the most important text.
Yeah.
The not as relevant text as it could be is whenever a spell or ability I control counters a spell, I can draw a card and discard a card.
I love that guy. I
Not a
really do.
shit ton of counters in this deck, but there
I
are
played
some.
so much of that guy when he was in Standard.
He's real
And
good.
I'm simply going to pass after that.
Not gonna lie, I run a stifle.
Untap. Draw for the turn.
Yeah, alright, I'm learning.
Welcome.
I'm going to look at the top card of my library at any time.
That checks out.
But now
That
is
checks
now is
out.
better than
I'm going to play it. Sungrass Prairie.
Now! It's the time of our discontent.
Ooh, man, this would have been so good. Is there a way for me to draw that?
John Lovitz is still alive, right?
Who?
John Lovitz?
Think
Yes.
so.
Yes, he is. I thought you said Jordan Love at first, and I was like, God, I hope so.
What happened?
What did you do to him? Our sweet prince.
Thank you.
He's our good boy.
He's our good boy.
Going to recast my commander. Gain 1.
Now shit comes into play tapped.
He's up to 23.
Just creatures and not basics.
Yeah.
Nothing important.
So don't be a bitch.
Going to pay 1 life. Going to cast Pest Infestation for 0. And then I gain 2. So a net gain of 1 life.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean,
Is he gonna pop off with the ether? No, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
look at the top card of my library.
Once you reach that fun break-even point.
Second land for the turn. Haunted Mire. Enter tapped. Trying to cheat over here.
It's super tapped. So make it tapped.
Stun forward. God, I miss Warlord.
Really?
Yeah.
3 lands out of the top 4 now. That's how you're going to play me deck.
You built it.
I did build it. Trying to remember what I have in here for a creature suite.
Your commander has a +1/+1 counter?
It does not. That was just how many times I cast it.
Okay.
I'll take it off.
If you look at the screen, there's a command text button.
Hidden amongst all the fucking text.
Can I attack with it this turn? I can do that.
Nelson,
Possibly.
buy an old iPad that runs this program so everything's just giant and then.
I could probably just take one from work.
I was thinking, or just build one, and then I thought you were going to say,
Can't
or I
do
could
that
just build
either.
one.
I can't build an iPad.
Well, yeah, that's because you've only been IT for what?
Since October.
Nelson's been
Going to
IT
pass
for
the turn.
20 years.
So fucking old.
He could
Pass
probably build 2
Nelson.
iPads.
But we have to go to the field and choose the crystal that I'm going to place in my iPad.
The Kyber Crystal.
the kyber crystal that I'm going to be placing in my iPad. All right.
Stupid, you have to go to an apple field.
Untap, upkeep, that's good. And draw.
Kyber core.
I'm going to pay 3. And I'm going to cast Magus of the Wheel. Thank you. He comes untapped for 1 and a red, and I can tap him and sack him, and we wheel.
Tap him, sack him,
Tap him and sack him, just like Dean's
Rack him.
nuts.
jack him.
You know, whatever he wants. All right, moving to combat. That's going to trigger Chaos Dragon.
All right.
D20's ready, boys. Don't forget will rolls 2.
5. 20!
Oh,
3.
5.
13. All right, so I can't hit Schnell. He gets countered. Yep. Farideh has flying and menace,
There's
though.
Flying and Menace.
All right.
And Galazeth is flying.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, Chris.
Yep.
You've got a 2/2 and a 4/4 as
For
well.
4? Again?
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's the only creature I'm going to be attacking with too.
What?
Okay, this entered tab. Okay,
everybody.
I will pass the turn to. Sorry, I need to keep it alive for now.
That's fair.
Go ahead.
Now I'm going to be helpful at the end of your turn. Don't forget you actually control the
Fuck,
basilisk
that's
down.
right. Okay.
And
I have not forgotten, but
Son
I
of
wasn't
a
going to
bitch.
remind you.
I know. No,
It's so far away, I forgot about
I
that.
figured I'd give him 2 turns and then I'd remind him.
It's so far
Before
away.
the end of your turn, though, Nelson, I'm going to tap this artifact with my, what is it,
Yeah.
Gishat? No,
Galazeth.
Galazeth.
And I'm going to tap Pillar of Origins with Galazeth for blue, and then 2. I'm going to cancel Vantress to scry 2. Oh, do I put both bottom and then not have stifle the rest of the game? Yeah. Oh, yeah, scry goes bottom. Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Tap these 3 for Hail's Horn, choosing Assassins. Assassins now cost me 1 less. At the beginning of my upkeep, I look at the top card of my library. If it is an assassin, I may reveal it and put it in my hand. Still no creatures in anyone's graveyards.
Nope.
Hold on. No, my
nope.
Spellslinger deck, light on creatures.
Yeah, you've been bitching about that
Yeah,
the
weird.
whole
It's
fucking
weird how that
time.
turned out.
Yep. I have so many spells that make tokens, like pest infestation.
Yeah. Nelson is tapped out on flyers. Chris has no flyers. Teach has flyers.
I have a flyer.
We're gonna go to combat. Nelson, I'm sending Etrata your way. Chris, I'm sending an Inkling your way.
She's still got that DT, right?
She is built in Death Touch.
Down to touch.
she's down to touch. What you got?
I have I can do nothing. I'm down to
Is that
18
all that's coming in?
That's just a 1 for Death Toucher.
commander damage.
Yeah, but if she hits me, then you get the top card of my
I just
library.
want to cloak one of your suspects.
I mean, I get it. I understand.
Just let me cloak a thing.
Just let me have this.
Let a brother cloak.
I'll block it with. God, I don't want to.
I know. You want the things. That's why I'm attacking you.
Yeah. Okay, you can have the choice. I'll block it with the Electomancer and the Ogre.
Oh, Electomancer goes the fuck away.
Okay.
It's a creature in the graveyard.
It is a creature in the graveyard.
Yep. Now she's dead though. She's a 1/4, right? She just took 5.
Yeah.
3/3 and a 2/2.
I'm gonna let her die.
Woo! That's not ominous. All right. You said the Electomancer, right? Is who you're doing the damage to?
Yes.
Electromancer. Okay.
Electromancer.
Electromancer.
Like die, like stay in the graveyard die?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got shit to do. Or not.
I believe you, I was just making sure.
It's gonna rise our dark realms, boys.
You want that diagram?
I can
It
feel
doesn't
the
need to
tickle.
work
I
that
feel the
hard to
tickle in my
rise
dark
I'm
my
going
realm.
to. I'm going to exile Electromancer, and Demir Doppelganger will become a copy of it. Okay. Go ahead, Deej.
Untap. Draw. Oh, thank Jesus Christ in heaven. God almighty.
Not the other one. Fuck that other guy.
Now the Jesus Christ in Tijuana who gave me that sweet tattoo.
Alright. To tap Swiftfoot Boots. Buried Ruin.
Ridiculous.
Tapping his artifacts over there.
Dragon's Brooch. 3 to each of you.
1, 2, 3.
Son,
Down to 29.
Awful low.
I'm going to tap Mountain. And Island. Dragon's Brooch.
How many more cards are in your hand?
1.
You've been saying all along that you have done nothing. Or
26.
nothing in hand.
Yes, I've
These
been
are
waiting.
things.
I've been waiting for the Dragon's Brooch I just drew.
Yeah.
Because now I have 5.
Yep.
Pathway. Mountain. Dragon's Approach.
Response.
Yep, there it is.
Counterspell.
That's okay.
Because they're all in your graveyard.
Well, not only that, but I wanted. I this is what I was trying to do. I don't mind that you countered it.
Yeah.
I tried to do something.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
That's
I
fine.
got you.
All right.
All right.
So in the future, it won't be as big a play as it would have been, but here we are.
And now you can exile 5 of them to go get a dragon or something?
Yeah,
The next
yeah.
Dragon's Approach I cast,
Yeah.
I exile that one and 4 from my graveyard to get a
Okay.
dragon.
Yeah. Combos on number 5 is the name of my deck that does it.
I feel like there's a hair.
Lou fucking Vega.
All right. All of those casting
LSD.
spells did nothing except cast spells. Yeah, that's it. I blew my load. Pass turn.
I've been trying to blow my load the past couple turns.
We've been watching.
Me too.
I'm all plugged up.
You're sweaty. You're breathing hard.
Yep.
You're close. I can tell.
Sorry I don't look good enough.
Draw for the
tonight.
turn. What are you on top, baby?
Got off the quiet after that.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it felt too good.
I will pay 1 life to Bolsa Citadel to cast Dark Ritual.
Oh, well.
And then
that's
gain
good.
1 life.
Nice. Damn it.
So I have
should've
3
kept
black,
the counter spell.
3 black floating. We may as well burn this stuff up here. 4, 5, 6. I'll cast Professor Onyx.
Shit.
It's
Come to the fight.
Bowie. I mean Liliana.
You're not in our Stargate game. David Bowie is a character in Stargate.
Stargate.
He is actually Puck. He's their version of Q. Just shows up like once, and then every character after that, this is probably David Bowie, isn't it?
I will pay 1 life. And then gain 2 to cast Culling the Weak.
Game 1.
So net gain of 1. I will sacrifice a creature, add 4 black to my mana pool.
That's my creature.
Your creature, your token.
Hooray!
Oh, Dragon's Branch.
Professor Onyx trigger. Almost said
Yep.
Liliana. It's Professor Onyx.
Yeah.
Whenever you cast or copy an instant sorcery, each opponent loses 2, you gain 2.
Yeah.
4 black mana in my mana pool.
You gonna win?
I'll give you $1 if you attack and kill fucking Liliana Onyx.
I don't know that I'm gonna have another turn.
You better. You have a Chaos Dragon and I have a Farideh.
This guy's just gonna keep gaining life. I mean, if he runs into land, though, that could stop at least his top deck shenanigans.
Yeah.
Nothing's over. Just give me something to drink.
That's risk, baby.
I'm going to pay 3 life and then gain 3 life. That was my 3rd spell. To cast Generous Gift. I hate your dragon.
No! I love this dragon.
You get a 3/3 green elephant. Dig into the box of toys. Find your 3/3 green dragon.
I deserve it.
Land number 1. High Market. Ooh. I will pay 2 life and gain 4 for a net gain of 2 to cast Zul Port Cutthroat.
Ooh, it's a foily elephant, too. Nice.
Ooh. Ooh. Do like this. This is a good card.
Yeah, we're all gonna die.
We're gonna pay 6 life and gain 5 for a net loss of 1. When you cast Recycle.
You got one.
I did. Then I can cast Raise the Alarm for a net gain of 4 life
And how many tokens do you get?
to
3?
make two soldiers. 2. That is my. Now you will each lose 2. I gain 2.
22.
31.
22. 2 soldiers.
Alright. Recycle trigger?
What's that?
Recycle trigger?
Yes. And then I draw a card for casting it.
Excuse me.
My library.
You're okay. Whenever you play a card, draw a card. During your discard phase, choose and pitch all but 2s.
I will pay 3 life and gain
Oh, damn.
7 for a net gain of 4 for Chatterfang.
Do we each lose 2? Or is that not?
That is
No,
it's
it's
only
not- it's
instances
instances.
when I
Okay,
cast or
okay.
copy an instant or
Okay.
sorcery.
Draw from recycle?
Yes.
I'm gonna keep you honest there, buddy.
Right.
So now we need a land clump like 3 deep.
Yep.
Or 4 deep.
I'm going to pay 2 life and gain 8 for a net gain of 6. To cast Wilt targeting the Swift Foot Boots.
Alright, so we each lose 2 on that.
Mine Swiftfoot Boots?
Your Swift Foot
Mine
Boots.
Swift Feet Boots?
You each lose 2,
down
I gain
20.
2, and I draw a card.
Yeah, he's gonna find
Wait a
some
minute.
X spell, and he's gonna exsanguinate us, or I don't know what else is. Yeah. Okay. at least I know how I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Second land for the turn. Godless Shrine.
Fucking land.
Draw a card from recycle.
Land.
Interesting.
That's not a land.
I'm going to pay 1 life and gain 9 for a net gain of 8 to cast Burnt Offering. Sacrifice a creature to add that creature's casting cost in any combination of red and or black.
Big fan. I haven't seen that card.
Yep. Sacrifice Chatterfang to gain 3 black mana. I have 7 black mana floating.
Yeah, we lose 2 from the
Lose
burnt
2, I
offering.
gain 2. Draw from recycle.
I gained all your life for you.
18.
Thank you. Land on top. Okay. I will +1 Liliana, putting her at 6 loyalty. I lose 1 life. Look at the top 3 of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard.
Hopefully there's a land on that 4th card.
Abzan Smoke Slingers doesn't do shit.
It didn't at first.
As soon as he hit that bolt, as soon as he got the Citadel out with the
fantastic.
Aetherflux Reservoir, it's like, eee!
I'll pay 2 and gain 10 for another net gain of 8.
So that takes you to 45.
Yep. I will cast Costly Plunder.
We lose 2.
Sacrifice an artifact or a creature. I'll sacrifice this Ruby Medallion to draw 2 cards.
Mine Ruby Medallion? With my Buried Ruin on the battlefield? You fool.
Dumb bitch.
Draw from recycle. Draw from recycle.
Yep.
Seven. 9 plus 7, 16. Oh man, I don't know if I can quite get there.
I hope you don't.
Okay. I will. Ooh. Okay, I need to think for one moment here. I need to decide if I try to win or if I just try to play out for the best position, trying to win next turn.
Try to win.
I mean, I would try
Yep.
to win.
So have anything else to ramp at
If
this
it
point?
if it helps, I mean, I'm gonna wheel because I don't have a hand, so I'm gonna wheel on my main phase.
I'm okay with him wheeling, however.
I'm also okay with
I just want him to know whatever if he's like, if he doesn't know board
I
state.
have cards.
No.
I will 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
I want to see this thing win here.
13, 14, 16 mana.
Exsanguinate?
Yes, I'm going to cast Exsanguinate.
So we take 14, right? 'Cause
You
it's
each
2
take
to-
and then
it's
minus
14
2,
and then
minus
minus the 2.
2.
So that will
knocks
knock you
out
2
Meech
out.
now.
When I gain the life, I will gain 16. 16 is 16 is 8 times 6 is 54. So I will go up to 99.
Yep. And that's enough to take me.
And then I will pay 50
He
life.
can reservoir
Yeah,
him,
to Reservoir
zap him.
Teach.
That'll do it.
This was a real interesting maiden voyage for Abzan Spellslingers. I built this deck with it knowing full well that having creatures in play to fuel the spells was going to be a really important aspect of it. Many of the effects in this deck require sacrificing creatures. And that was really apparent at the start of the game. I could get nothing going. I did not draw into any token generators. I didn't draw into any creatures. I was kind of a sitting duck until I played Aetherflux Reservoir into a Bolas' Citadel. Those two combo really well if you have the life to get that ball rolling. The biggest issue there is hitting land clumps. Casting my commander, Thalia and the Gitrog monster, a second time allowed me to play past the first 2 lands that I saw, which was really big. Followed up by casting Professor Onyx, waiting to trigger her +1 when I encountered a 3rd land. Also helped me generate just enough mana to pull this off with an Exsanguinate. This deck, once it started rolling, functioned exactly how I envisioned it. One game, that can be absolutely chalked up to luck. I won't know anything more until I run this deck a couple more times. But I'm really, really satisfied with how it went this first time out. I was really excited to see Schnell's deck. I love Assassins. I love all of them. It's kind of a bitch for not having Royal Assassin in there. I can't believe he did that. But Assassins, Rogues, Mercenaries, they're dear to my heart. That's why the mono black deck that I keep in my bag of tricks is Mary the Killing Quill. I love that deck. Etrata, as he read it, it didn't seem like much. When he starts pulling cards off the top of your deck, it could be literally anything that he could be turning up for 4 mana. It reminds me very much of the ninjutsu deck that I recently played in an episode. 4 mana, that little thing can turn into absolutely anything. You have no idea. Tij's deck, Galazeth Prismari, is a commander that always looked scary for me since Strixhaven was spoiled. I've had my eye on that one for a long time, but I don't know how I could build that thing without it being ridiculously busted. Combo that with Dragon's Approach build. Those Dragon's Approach decks are so good, and they can just take you from 30 to 0 out of nowhere, especially with the mana reduction that those decks also run. Nelson's deck tonight, he was set back really, really early with an objectively solid play that I probably would have made me want to flip the table. But he took it in stride, blowing up his bounce land. That's one of the downsides of playing bounce lands. You kind of set yourself up for it. That play alone terrifies me, prevents me from playing bounce land. I think I have 20 decks built. I don't know that I have a bounce land in any one of them. I am terrified of that play. And he didn't ever seem to really, really fully recover. His Scrambleverse brought a little bit of chaos into the middle of the game. I loved this game. I want to see these decks again. All 4 of these decks. I want to see these again.
So I brought Farideh back. This is a deck that I really enjoy playing, and I know that it's going to go one of 2 ways. It's going to be super kind of disruptive and chaotic and make the game, I think Tej kind of summed the deck up best, where he's like, I fucking hate Scrambleverse when it's cast, but I really like it after it's resolved. And I feel like that goes for a lot of stuff that's in this deck. Now, our pod plays together a lot. We've all been friends with each other for a very, very long time. I wouldn't bring a deck like this to just any other pod. I did announce to them, like, hey guys, I'm going to bring this, I'm going to play it. Just because of what the deck is, and I know that some people, might even go so far as to say that that's not Magic. The deck I don't think is super oppressive, and I think that it's glass cannony enough that you never really know what you're going to get with it. I think, honestly, the first time I played it is probably the most efficient and chaotic that it's actually been. I did get to resolve the Scrambleverse, but, as Chris alluded to when he was breaking down the game, it really hurt to have my bounce land blown up before I even got to use it. I wasn't mad about it. I get why Schnell did it. It was a good play on his part. The thought process, so in my opening hand, I had the Scry land and the bounce land. So I thought, okay, cool. I'm going to get double value here because my hand was 5 mana. It was a combination of mountains and islands that I don't remember. It was the bounce land, the Scry land, and then Will and Goblin Electromancer. So I opened with that hand and went, holy shit, like I'm going to have the mana I need for multiple turns. If I can draw into some stuff, I'm going to get, I'm going to be able to do some stuff in this game. So the thought was, okay, cool, I'm going to play this Scry land, see what's on top. It was the Commander Sphere. Awesome, I'm going to keep that there. Let's keep going. And then the thought was, I'm going to bounce this Scry land so I can Scry again, right? It's just a free, do I want this card or not? And Schnell made the right play. Getting rid of that was a little bit of mana advantage, a little tempo advantage. I went first, so I was already ahead of the board as far as, mana on board and things like that. So I get why he did it. I don't begrudge him. It was the right play. It didn't upset me at all. I thought that I may have been able to get... I ran a little bit out of gas because I couldn't find ways to draw cards. I lost my Farideh when I scramble versed, and that's kind of the risk inherent in playing a deck like this. The only saving grace I thought I might have had was I've got this Magus of the Wheel, no cards in hand, so anything I draw is going to be bonus. As long as I get one more turn, I'm going to be able to wheel, and we'll see what we get, with that. I think counterspelling that final Dragon's Approach, that Tej cast that was going to let him go and search his deck for a dragon, was the right play. I'm not sure that counterspelling Chris would have stopped him at all anyway, had I held onto the counterspell to his turn. So I was able to stop Tej from going to get something. I don't know what, but I can imagine. I honestly don't even remember the first time he played Galazeth. I do remember the Dragon's Approach, but I feel like I might be confusing it with Schnell's Dragon's Approach deck. So that's how little I knew about what kind of threats might be in that deck. But I also knew, all right, if I'm trying to get myself at least one more turn, I have to stop Tej here because I don't know what he can do. So I do think counterspelling that particular Dragon's Approach was the right play in the moment. And again, I don't know that I could have done much because Chris had so much advantage with the Bolus, the Citadel, and the Reservoir on the board that even if I counterspelled it doesn't matter because he's still gaining life from casting it. So I stand by the play that I made. I think it was still the right choice. It was a really fun game. It was awesome to see Abzan Spellslingers. I wish I had the ability to go in and build a deck like that. I was telling Chris, I can't even build a regular Abzan deck because I don't know what to do and I don't know what commander to use, right? Golgari decks, like I love my Skullbriar deck. I absolutely love my Clark Griswold deck. But, you add that third color in there, and Abzan is one that I haven't been able to solve. I don't think there's a ton of strong Abzan commanders, but I really like what Chris did with Thalia and Gitrog. And it does the best parts of what those two characters do on their cards, right? Because Thalia is essentially an authority of the consoles, on a stick. Gitrog gets you mana advantage. So our shit's coming in tapped. He can play 2 lands. It's a great advantage piece. Schnell's deck was awesome. The only grudge I have, obviously, is that he didn't main deck a Royal Assassin. I think that's a mistake, an oversight, and I think that if he's going to make any changes to the deck, it should be slotting in a Royal Assassin. But that's just my personal preference. I am a curmudgeon when it comes to Magic sets lately because I'm saturated, man, oversaturated with all of the product. The product fatigue is real. I did buy the 4 commander decks from Murders at Karloff Mansion. I can't tell you anything that's in the main set. Apparently Etrata is. That's cool. That's a fucking neat card. Can't tell you what Cloak does. It happened multiple times in this game. Can't tell you what it is. More flight, maybe, whatever. There's a lot of new keywords, a lot of new things. I'm burnt out by it. Someday I'll be able to catch up, but that's one thing too is product fatigue is just setting in. So that's Commander's my comfort zone, my safety blanket. So that's kind of where I've been living. Don't have a whole lot of the new stuff. I'd say the set I looked the most at recently was Lord of the Rings, and I believe that was it this past summer or the summer before that? I don't even remember. So anyway, yeah, it was a really fun game. My deck, again, it's a glass cannon. You never really know what you're going to get. I still had fun playing it. I'm still going to keep it together. It's fun to bring out every once in a while. To me, the way I can describe playing that deck is almost like cracking a pack of Magic cards, right? Like, you get so excited, you never know what you're going to get, and either you're just like, well, I got to open, Magic cards. It was fine. It was fun. Or you're like, holy shit, look at these, look at this bomb pack I opened. This was awesome. It was a ton of fun. And I like that about this deck. I like that I never really know. And it's been fun. So, yeah, it was a great game.
This is my second time playing Galazeth Prismari. The first time was a long time ago. This was built as my Schnell tribute deck. Schnell really likes the mechanics where a deck can have any number of a specific card. So when I thought of a Schnell deck, I thought Dragon's Approach, because he has one of those, but with my own Tej spin on it, so I used a Dragon Commander, threw in an extra color, because why not? And the result was Galazeth Prismari. I don't remember the details of the first game. I know it was a long time ago, but I do know that I won that game. And one of the advantages I had going into the game, something I remember distinctly from that game, is I thought as soon as I started playing some of the cards, my friends would pick up on what kind of deck it was, but no one actually knew it was Dragon's Approach until I played my first Dragon's Approach. And then I was like, oh shit, this is a Dragon's Approach deck. So I kind of had a little bit of an element of surprise during that game. This game, everyone knew what it was, and I didn't do a whole lot in this game, so they weren't necessarily prepping for me, except Nelson. Nelson said it during his interview, and he was correct. He countered my 5th Dragon's Approach, which was 100% the right play. What I was going to do was that 5th Dragon's Approach was going to allow me to tutor up Null Spine Dragon, put that on the battlefield, and then I was going to draw 27 cards. And Nelson countering that was the exact right play. And honestly, not getting that Null Spine Dragon just kind of shut the rest of my game down. Schnell's deck, once again, fantastic build from Schnell, but he hit me a few times and he cloaked a few of my cards. One was a mountain, at least one was a Dragon's Approach. I don't remember what the last one was, but that was a Dragon's Approach that I was waiting for to get out my dragon. My deck runs 25 Dragon's Approaches, it runs 13 sources of card draw, and I just wasn't seeing any of the draw that I need to get my engine going. So I was spinning my wheels. So again, I haven't played Prismari since the first time I played it because it won that game, and once a deck wins, I like to give it a little bit of time off. This is only my 2nd game with the deck, and it did not perform nearly as well as the first one did, which is a lesson in, sample size. Just because it won that first game doesn't mean it's good, doesn't mean it's coherent, it just means that's the first game I played with it, and it did well. The second game, not so much. Excuse me. Nevertheless, though, I find the deck very fun to play. I got to look through it again because I re-sleeved it, take a quick peek again at everything that's in it. There's a lot of fun pieces in it, and it can get out of hand real quick. And again, if I had resolved that Null Spine Dragon, I would have become threat number 1, rightfully so, and maybe the deck might not have won necessarily from that point on, but I would have been able to get a much bigger board state and become a huge threat. And Chris, we're going to talk about Chris for a second. His Abzan Spellslinger deck. I don't think he said it on camera. I think he said it post-game where he thought Aetherflux Reservoir and Bolas' Citadel is unfair. He felt like it was a little mean. And as soon as he said that, my immediate reaction was, I disagree. Those are two powerful cards that interact with each other very well. But he can't really... I shouldn't say he can't. There's plenty of opportunity for 3 other players to interact with 2 cards that just happen to be artifacts, which are very easy to remove. If we have the answers, we have the answers, and then it's nothing to worry about. And if we don't have the answers, then he is going to win. And not going to by default, but then he's got an engine going, which ended up giving him the win this game. I absolutely love the combination of Bolas' Citadel and Aetherflux Reservoir. It counteracts the paying of life to cast spells with the gaining of life, and that's just something we have to look out for. It's a testament to deck building, interaction, that sort of things. It's not impossible to get rid of. It is not unstoppable. He's limited to what's on top of his deck. If he can't play the cards, he can't play the cards. If he hits a land, then it completely shuts him down. He just wasn't hitting those lands. He had more things to do. And he had those things to do not because of those 2 cards. Those 2 cards by themselves are great cards. Those 2 cards together are even better cards, but they're not unbeatable. I think it was a perfectly fine synergistic play to make, and I hope he does not remove either one of those from his deck simply because that's how he won the game this time. And then one quick thing back to Mr. Nelson. He touched on the Scrambleverse. I'm going to say the same thing that he did, though, because it was initially what I said, which is Scrambleverse is a pain in the ass to resolve. Depending on board states, it can just be a complete waste of everybody's time. Our board state wasn't so big that it was super annoying. It just was what it is. We found a coherent way to get everybody's permanents switched around, and then at the end, all of our board states changed, and we played the game with our brand new pieces.
That's a fun scrambleverse to do. If you're going to scrambleverse into a board full of tokens and it's going to take us 30 minutes to just resolve that one card, don't play your scrambleverse. Just keep it in your hand, keep it to yourself. That's an example of just because you have it, you don't necessarily need to use it. Yes, you could scrambleverse yourself into a huge advantage, but is it worth 30 minutes of everybody's time just to see if that happens? Maybe? The answer is no. Scrambleverse is a card you personally, as a player, need to determine whether or not it's worth you to play it. Is it worth your time? Is it worth all your other opponents' times? The answer depends on board state. And luckily, again, tonight for us, I felt it was worth our time just to shake things up a little bit, scramble our verses, and it turned out well. I got to keep my commander, which meant I could continue tapping artifacts for mana. I lost my ruby medallion, but it really didn't matter because I wasn't drawing cards at all. So be careful with cards like Scrambleverse, where you have to determine whether the effect is worth it or not. Don't necessarily mean choose whether or not you want to play it. If you want to put it in your deck, put it in your deck, but just because a card is in your deck doesn't mean you have to play it. Read the room, friends.
So this is the Netflix adaptation art that I assume. I don't actually know. It could just be weird anime, whatever. But Etrata, Deadly Fugitive. It's a tribal deck. Big shock that I built another one of those, because it's not like I do that all the time. But anyway, it was a tribe that I had not run, and there's not a lot of support for. There is a commander-specific card out of, I want to say, Dominaria Commander with Ramses, who gives Assassins +1/+1. And when I saw Etrata as I was cracking packs for the new set, I got really excited because it looked weird and it looked fun, and I didn't build it the way I probably should have. And what I mean by that is, as I was building, I looked at a couple of cards that say, like Maskwood Nexus, stuff that makes all of your creatures the same creature type. And my brain went, why are you doing that? You're already building an assassin tribal. You don't need to make your assassins twice. And then I as I was playing, I realized how wide this deck can go with creatures that are not assassins. So making all of those face-down things threats to get more face-down things is going to be the next iteration of this deck. So stay tuned for that one. As far as this game goes, though, my MVP has to be the stunt double that I played to get a copy of Tej's Commander, because it gave me the mana fixing that I needed. It gave me a flyer to defend against other big stuff in the air, and it was going well for me until Scrambleverse. I disagree with Tej's assessment of don't play cards that slow down the game if it's not fun or beneficial. Fuck it. Play what you want. It's Magic. If you have the mana, that is enough motivation to do anything you have in your hand. So that is I will fight you to the end. Nelson, you can fuck up the board state as much as you want because you built a deck to do that. I didn't recover from it, and it made me real sad inside, but you did it, and I didn't build anything to stop that from happening or to recover properly. And again, not seeing enough printed assassins, not seeing enough creatures until late game when I was going to start getting more assassins and starting to scry and get extra assassins off the top of my library. It was just too late. Chris's Spellslinger, which arguably I'm gonna say that's not really Spellslingery. He built mono black combo-y and then threw in a frog so he could just get rid of the extra lands that he kept hitting. But that's a good build. I mean, it works, but the entirety of the Spellslinger was just 2 black cards and an artifact. So everything else was just there for set dressing, and I assume ways of finding it, probably some tutors that we didn't see. The lack of creatures, just because you don't run creatures doesn't make the deck, again, Spellslinger by default. But anyway, I don't want to besmirch too much. Tej's Tribute deck. I am very happy to see it. I like it. Again, it is a slightly more interactive version of my mono red Dragon's Approach deck. And the first time he played, if I remember correctly, I did tell him, because he was going to get a different dragon to get the Nullspine, because that is always the exact first dragon I get with my Dragon's Approach 5th Resolution, because it allows you to refill your hand and then just go ham on everyone else. So once you know that trick, It's a just see what you get. You should have enough stuff in there, enough ramp, enough reducers, and go nuts casting the same spell over and over and over again. Nelson's Chaos dice rolling deck, he finally saw enough chaos, even though it was just the one card. It was chaotic enough. And again, I never recovered from it. It wrecked me. It left me in a place where I couldn't really do anything with the stuff I had, and that's good. That means the deck is working, because if you end up with random shit, who cares? If you give your opponents cards that only benefit off a mechanic that they do not have, you are absolutely going to win under most circumstances. To answer Teej's quandary, though, about what I got off the top of his deck, because I remember he mentioned Mountain, Dragon's Approach, it was another Mountain. So I had 2 lands and a Dragon's Approach from his deck. I got a Nature's Lore, I think, off the top of Chris's, so I could search my deck for a Forest for black, blue, and 2. So that was great. I think that's another element of my deck that's going to be fun to explore in the future, is how much random stuff can I get off my opponent's decks that's going to be useful and better than just a 2/2 ward, because nothing I got this game was better than just a 2/2 ward. So stay tuned to see what I get next time with those silly cloaked cards and all the other keywords in this game that make me angry now because I'm getting older, by liking and subscribing, and thank you so much for watching.